It is Coach Lou here from Studio 700 at Revitalize Life Fitness in Longwood, Florida. Today I'm coming to talk to you about fasting and planning. You may be asking yourself, what do fasting and planning have to do with each other? Well, you could be planning to fast. That is always a very good possibility there. But really, what we're after here in the situation is going to out what are the good, the bad, and the ugly of fasting. And then we're going to talk about planning and creating habits that are going to help you in everyday life. So they're actually two different topics, but I wanted to catch both of them during our H1 series here because there is a lot of importance to figuring out what's going on in today's world. Every day we've got a different diet getting thrown at us, a different magic pill, a different 5 minute workout, or, get fit and get healthy without ever working out or without moving your body, or take this or drink that, or eat keto or eat vegetarian or eat, Atkins. Atkins diet ate himself. He died of a heart attack. So what does that tell you? So not anything against him. He had a lot of good, valid points, and I learned a lot from his work. But you've got to figure out how to put it all together and make it work for you. This is where we're going with this. Okay, so first off, before especially getting into a topic of health, dietary, etc., I'm going to give you the quick disclaimer that the information we're going to cover today is the opinion of the author and in no way is to be construed as medical advice. Always consult with your medical professional, your doctor, before beginning any dietary, exercise, self-health, or other life-altering program. And you assume all liability for anything that you use from the advice we give or talk about. So with that out of the way, and it's a shame in today's world we do have to give that kind of disclaimer because, FDA does not necessarily approve everything, nor do they have the time or energy to approve everything, as far as with the speed of light that everything's changing at, and so many different practitioners getting involved with what we're doing. The biggest challenge, and I think we're the big open door here for the practitioners, is this is a revolutionary time where the old standard medical Western medicine is so outdated. You guys know that a medical doctor needs one nutrition course to actually get to graduate and get his license. Only one. I mean, and some people would say, well, there's a lot of specialties and surgeons and neuro and this and that. And I get it. But healing and prevention starts with your nutrition, with taking care of your body. Even if you have the best surgeon in the world and you have to have that surgery, what you do during your recovery is going to affect the speed and affect the efficiency of recovery or prevention in the first place. Maybe let's try to prevent having to have some of these mega amounts of surgeries that people are having. Every time you turn around, you look on Facebook and somebody's going in for this procedure, that procedure, da 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 da. Yes, some of it is necessary. Yes, some of it is outside of our control. But yes, a lot of it could have been prevented with healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, exercise, proper fasting, stuff like that, where that's what we're after, is to get you to become a self-study in this and to jump into it and go, you know what, I'm going to take control. I'm going to make my decisions. I'm not going to just follow blindly, what your doctor says or what your trainer says or what, the guy on the internet says. Don't follow me blindly. What I'm asking you to do here is light up a fire to find what it is that works for you, that bio-individuality in your dietary side, in your exercise side, whether you choose to do fasting, in your planning, in your relationships. All the stuff we coach on is tailored for you when you're coaching with your coach. It's not about, I'm going to show you how I do my relationship. If you're doing relationship coaching, I may use examples and to help people to understand, or dietary. Oh, you have to eat exactly what I eat each day. Let me tell you something. I eat a lot of almond product. almond flour, etc. Jen makes the best almond flour waffles in the world. They knock out any commercially made waffle. They're organic, they're great. But my whole point to that is absolutely amazing, and my body loves, the almond flour rather than wheat. What if you're allergic to almonds? What if you have a deathly allergic reaction to almonds? Then something that's absolutely beneficial to me might not work for you. These are the things I'm talking about. There's some basic rules that we're going to cover in here. And when it comes to dietary, when it comes to health and wellness, when it comes to exercise, it's important to get your cardio level up. And one of my favorites is running. And that's great. And I might tell somebody, running or jogging or even a fast walk is a great way to do this. And they might tell me, hey, dude, I have no legs. Guess what we got to do? We got to find an alternative. So you see where I'm going here, that none of this is absolute gospel. Anything that's coming at you, and it's getting fired and fired and fired at you from every direction. You open up Facebook, if you search healthy eating or exercise, you're going to get bombarded. These pixels are getting you from everywhere. We're tracked, everything we're doing, which is fine, because it's kind of cool, because I like to open up Facebook and I don't want to know about some things that have no relevance to my life. I don't want to look at makeup ads. It might not be my thing. I like to be health and fitness and motivation oriented, so I like that, that we're pixel tracked a little bit. There's a lot of that to be said for that, but I like to, be able to look and go, okay, I'm seeing stuff of my interest. If you're a girl out there and you really love certain makeups and that, you might want to open Facebook and see the coolest new organic makeup or something. So my whole point to this is we're getting bombarded with information, and I don't want to bombard you with a bunch of BS talk. I want to get into this subject of fasting, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the beauty of it. Yes, there is beauty involved. Yes, ladies, gentlemen, there are some things that are going to make you more beautiful when you fast. Just follow my routine. Now, seriously though, beauty it does give you a certain glow and cleanliness when it's done right. So, what is fasting? Well, there's a bunch of different types of fasts right now that people are doing. One of the big ones is the intermittent fasting, and I'm not a big fan of that. That's where you don't eat until like noon, you eat a lot until like 6, and then you don't eat again until noon the next day. Being a fitness trainer and, being, trained in metabolic response, I am not a fan of not breaking your fast in the morning as a normal routine and getting your metabolism stimulated. I'm not a fan of the intermittent fasting. It works for some people. I don't believe our body should do a fast every day of that length. I'm more of a fan of an extended fast once a week, maybe a couple days a week or once every 2 weeks, where it is an extended fast for an entire day or 2 days. This is my personal opinion, but I'm going to back that up with some facts as well. So, what is fasting? It is not consuming whole foods for a certain period of time. Does it mean you consume nothing? Well, let me give you some different versions of fasts, and you might get a feel for what might work best for you. There is the version where you eat or drink nothing for a period of time, 12 to 72 hours. Not a fan of not drinking anything, so, not eating anything's fine, but I still believe in, keep your hydration levels up. So that could be a doable fast. Drinking water only for an extended period of time, 1 to 2 days, 12 to 72 hours. I'm going to caution you that over 48 hours, with the exception of the mental side of a fast, at 48 hours, your fast is going to start to level off and plateau like a workout would if you didn't change it up. So I'm not a big fan of going over 48 hours, personally. Third type of fast is drinking only raw veggie juices. Of course, water in all of these except for the first one. And the first one I don't really recommend. Low glycemic. It doesn't mean go to the store and buy orange juice and sit there and drink down cartons of it or that. It would be fresh juiced, preferably more towards the green side of juices, greens, orange, deep colors. Low glycemic, you don't want to be juicing pineapple on a juice fast. Or, a lot of people call these juice cleanses. So I'm interchangeable word there, kind of more like a juice cleanse. Fourth type of fast would be ingesting only raw coconut oil, refined coconut oil, I'm sorry, like the one that you get from Bulletproof. I love them because they make some in the little packets. You can take it with you. I take them on a run sometimes in case I run out of gas, literally. So there again, 12 to 72 hours of nothing but water and refined coconut oil. Caprylic acid is what it's called, but all it is highly refined coconut oil. This gives you the ketones, keep your brain sharp. Brains operate on that ketone energy. So this can be very good for clarity. Very, very, very good. And it doesn't break the physical fast, which during the physical fast, your body is practicing apoptosis, which is a point, it's called literally cell death, where your body starts to attack those cells that are weak or mutated, which we usually want out of our body anyway, just saying. To get that out of the body, it eats that up first. It goes into the ketosis of using fat for energy in doing that. The reason that I like the extended fast rather than the intermittent everyday fasting is, number one, you don't want to live in a state of ketosis. Number two, you honestly need that cleansing out and the rebuild time as opposed to, doing this daily. So when you're doing the extended fast, you get the mental benefits. Good morning, Randy. How you doing, brother? Definitely get the mental benefits of it. And then the other type of fast would be a water and black coffee fast, which is, and when I say water, I am not talking about tap water. I am definitely talking about a good quality, clean alkaline water and some black coffee throughout the day. This helps stimulate the apoptosis, helps stimulate the release of toxins. And then number 6, which isn't even on the list necessarily, would be the water, some black coffee, and adding in the refined coconut oil is an ultimate fast. Again, 12 to 72 hours that you're going to have to go in. Hey, Kelvin, good morning. You're going to have to adjust for your period of time. During a fast, you're going to get some peaks and valleys. This is what I like about the refined coconut oil, and there's actually a link to order on Amazon at the bottom of the post here so that you guys have a way to get it at the best possible price. I'm not about overpaying for anything or getting you guys to overpay for anything or anything on that order, but keeping the cognizance in that is really an amazing benefit to it. So the benefits of fasting could be weight loss, the cell apoptosis, getting rid of those weak or mutated cells, allowing your digestive system to rest. Digestion takes a lot of energy, especially when you're eating piles of crap. Try eating fried chicken in a dessert at Kentucky Fried Chicken and see if you're ready to go back to work and, do an auction or teach a fitness class or lead a meeting or, lead a team or go into creative mode. You're more like, oh, dude, give me a big old smoke a latte so I can stay awake for the rest of this day. Am I right? How about eating a fresh salad or getting a really good organic smoothie or juice? And you're like, hey, man, this is good. I like this. My energy level's up. So your digestive system, the less it has to work to extract the nutrients you need, the better. That's where the coconut oil comes in so wonderful. I'll be out on a run and I'll be like, ooh, I'm running low. Boom, pop a my little packet of that. Put the empty packet back in my pack because you don't throw it out in the woods, guys. Be kind. And I'm not Mr. Woo-Woo tree hugger dude. But let's take care of our environment. Yeah, just saying. But, and then instantly my system uses that energy as opposed to having to digest a big old piece of steak and some bread to extract the energy and nutrient for what you need out of there. It allows for healing When you're fasting, a lot of your body's energies that you would normally waste on digestion itself, you can spend on healing and detoxing. It allows your body to get rid of the toxins. Fasting is awesome. It should be for everybody. It may not be for everybody. Remember, check with your medical professional, your doctor. In some instances, if you have diabetic or some situations like that, you may have a different approach to fasting. And I don't want, you run in and say, hey, Coach Lou told me to do this, and I had this adverse side effect. That's why it's always important to talk to your doc about this stuff. How often? When should you fast? See, personally, I like to fast on Friday. Reason being, and when we talk about fasting, sometimes people wig out and go, oh my God, that's one of those weird religions or something. No, that not at all. Fasting has been around in most religions anyway, but that's not, we're talking about the effects on the body here right now. And some people do it for other reasons, and I respect that, whatever they want to do. I like to do it once a week for a full day. Just kind of that simple. A full day of fasting once a week. With the water, black coffee, and oil fasts are my favorite because they don't break the physical fast but give you that mental vitality. Try it. If there's a project you got to focus on. Try that fast for 24 to 48 hours while you're working on it. And the cool thing is you're going to get your hunger pains once in a while. You're going to go, oh, I want to eat. Oh, I'm crashing. But right after that, you get this spike of energy as those ketones start flowing, especially up here. So, do you do your full workout on fasting days? I recommend a moderate workout on fasting day, depending on which fast you're doing. If you're doing a juice cleanse or you're doing, with the oil, you're probably pretty good to go. If you're doing just water, you probably want to go lighter duty on your workouts. So, the intermittent fasting, I'm not as big of a fan of. Some people get great results with it. That's where you do it daily and you don't eat till like noon and you eat everything by 6. Not a fan. Not a fan, honestly. And I know there's some medical professionals that would say, oh, but I'm getting good results with clients. And that's great. It might work for somebody else. Personally, I like the extended fast once a week is really optimal from what my standpoint. So, the longer term fasts, a 24 to 48 hour, 24 to 72 technically for the purposes of what we're talking about. But again, like I said before, that 48-hour plateau, you're gonna find that might be your limit. It gives you 3 to 5 times the BDNF after that fasting point. That's the brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Plainly put, nerve growth occurs during that dump of BDNF, and it's very good for getting smarter, focused. It's very good for the brain health. And that's the other side. Let's face it, and this is a belief. 15, 20 years ago, there was this huge low-fat diet fad. Everything was eat bread, sugars, baked, this, that. No dressing on your salads. And 10, 15, 20 years later, we have an epidemic of brain disease. We have an epidemic of dementia, younger and people who shouldn't be getting it. A lot of brain health issues in a generation that follows this low-fat diet. Your brain operates on fats. Your brain prefers ketones. Does it mean go eat a fatty old steak with butter smeared all over it? Hell no. Don't do the Atkins things with piles of bacon and eggs just because you can have X amount of grams of fat. Choose your fat wisely. Your caprylic acid, your coconut oil, your avocados. If you do want to do a little bacon, make sure it's the nitrate-free stuff. Eggs are good. I did a research paper for my ISSA certification because I was sitting in class and a really cool instructor, and I wish I could tell you his name. He was 70-something, looked like he was 40. Really cool dude, though. I said to him, hey, because he's talking about eggs is a great source of protein. I'm like, what about someone like me? I've got this predisposition for high cholesterol, even though I'm fit, and eggs. And he said, young man, that is your homework tonight. Go find proof that eggs raise cholesterol. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Yeah. I won't be a hero tomorrow in class. A little bit younger then. So I go in. Next morning, I sit in the back to stay the hell away from him because I know at some point, maybe out of sight is out of mind. What does he do? Mr. Bronstein, so tell me about that research about eggs and raising your cholesterol. I could not find any concrete proof. And to this day, I eat eggs. Now, keep them cage free, keep them pastured, keep them omega. You want to do the healthy ones. Don't go get the cheapest eggs at the store. That is one thing you don't cheap out on, guys, if you want to eat them, if you incorporate eggs into your dietary. So, but my whole point to that is keep your fats healthy. You can't just go pile on all this crap fat because then maybe your brain will be fueled, but your heart clogs up and you need both of them, guys. But the reality is going back to the fact of natural healthy fats are good for your brain. And we're hitting that, and we're getting a lot of genius but people right now who are really, really making strides, who use a more of a keto type of dietary. Keto itself, the actual just keto diet, is not the way to go. Keto is a part. Eating those healthy fats. Go clean raw, mostly vegetarian, but stay away from the high lectin foods. And if you do eat animal products, keep them to a minimum, and you're on the right track. There's a lot more to it, and there's a lot of bio-individuality in getting you there. So, are you with me on this? Let's make a commitment. Fasting. I would say 1 day a week. Try it. After you talk to your doc, your medical professional, make sure you're all cool with it and everything's good. Try fasting. Keep a log. Keep a journal of what it does for you. Get that magic sweet number of how long, how often, and which one works best for you. So we're going to shift gears here. Are you ready? Shake it out. Let's go. We're going to talk about preparation and scheduling routines. I'm going to make this quick, guys, because I know we're coming up. I've got about 7 minutes on the show here to get it rocking and rolling, and I get a little long-winded. See, forming habits sounds like work and effort, and you got to plan and create these models and plans and schedules and calendars. It's like, holy shit, this is more work, and I've already got more than I can deal with. Let's look at it this way. When it comes to your scheduling of your habits and your routines, and a habit is a building block of a routine. Make sense? Let's look at it that way. The habits, the Lego, the routine is the whole building that you built with it. So you'll have a reference when I talk about habits and routines. Forming a habit is creating something to be the same as, are you a parent? Yeah, right. Okay. Parent, or you're responsible for a team. I think we got one or the other here with everybody on board. 3 o'clock rolls around, and it's time to pick up your kids. Do you put that off till tomorrow? Number one, the school board would have a shit hissy fit. I guarantee you would have an officer at your door going, you can't leave your kids at school. I mean, you might run late, you might get stuck in traffic, but if 3 o'clock's the time you pick up your kids, you pick them up at 3 o'clock. It might be 3:05 because of traffic. It might be 2:55. But notwithstanding a severe car accident or major emergency, you're going to be there at 3 o'clock. You're going to pick up your kids. But my God forbid your workout could take place at 4 o'clock because something always comes up or something's more important or I didn't get that. No. Schedule it and make it routine. Build the routine out of your habits. Schedule it. When you put it on the calendar, it gets real. You'll do it. The same as you'll pick up your kids. The same as you'll pick up mom's prescription. If it's life-threatening that if she doesn't take her pill tonight with dinner, that tonight's it, you're going to be at that pharmacy to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? All right, so you're with me on this, right? So when you talk about something, it's an idea, and it's good. When you come up with an idea, hey, I really need to get fit, so I'm going to get up and have extra half hour earlier in the morning, go to the gym. And that's great. You talked about it, you came up with the idea, your spouse or your friends or whoever says that's a great idea. Now what do you got to do? You got to commit. That's a step. Okay, I'm going to do this. This is why. You get your power of why. This is, I'm going to do this. When you schedule it, it's when shit gets real. When you put it on the schedule like you would any other important thing, you wouldn't miss a meeting with your boss, especially if it gets a meeting that's going to get you a raise. You wouldn't miss that, would you? You wouldn't miss your Monday morning meeting with your team when you've got a big project, and if you don't have that meeting, that the project falls apart that week and your business goes in the toilet or your job goes in the toilet, you wouldn't miss that meeting. Again, you might be 5 minutes late and you know, oh, I sabotaged myself. Oh my God, I ruined it. You know what? That's human error, shit happens type of thing. Don't focus on, oh my God, I was 5 minutes late. I'm ruining, I've ruined my plan. What you focus on is really, really, really trying to be 5 minutes early. And that way, when you are 5 minutes late, you're still on time. Wow, simple stuff. But my whole point to it is when it's scheduled, it's important. So in creating habits and routines, it's important to base them with your strong why. Why do I want this? That will drive you through I want to hit my snooze and sleep in rather than go to the gym. Rather than get up and plan my day, I'd rather sleep 5 more minutes and go by the seat of my ass and not get my plan in for the day. You see where I'm going with this? See, it would be like me coming on live and not having a plan for what I'm doing and not saying I'm going to commit to do this every Monday at 7:30 in the morning. Sometimes it's 7:32 or 7:34 because something glitches out on the electronics or something, or I have a situation after teaching boot camp where somebody needs a little extra attention or something. Hey, these things happen. But the commitment's there. It's on my schedule. It is committed and it's scheduled. So that's why this happens. So if you ever start to lose your momentum, ask, why do you want your outcome? All right, let's talk about some steps to create your habits, which ultimately create the bigger building of the routine. Decide what your outcome is. What is it you're after in the overall? I want to design a more stress-free way of operating this business. Guess what? That's mine. For all of us, for the whole team. So my outcome is to create better, more efficient things to do. Yeah? It's not about just doing and taking action. It's about deciding what it is that's the overall outcome. Then write the plan down for its achievement. Create it specific daily, weekly, monthly, yearly actions that must take place. You can't just say we got to do X amount a month and not know what you need to do every day to get there. So using business, for instance, say you say, I got to do 10,000 a month in sales. What does that equate to daily? Well, you say, divide it by 30. Well, what if you're not open 7 days a week? What if you're a 5-day-a-week business that you're open and there's other factors? And what do you need to schedule in and create there? So get up a little earlier in the morning. This is a step. This is going to happen for all of us if we're going to take anything to the next level. Write down your plan for the week, the day. Monday morning, plan your week and plan your day. And make sure you start your day with sufficient time to avoid that stress of, oh my God, I'm running out the door. Shit, I forgot something. Now I'm late. Starting rushed and stressed is going to set the tone for the day and everything. You're going to be forgetful. You're going to be uptight. You're not going to be as kind to people. You're not going to find that you're in the mood that you need to be in to be at your top production. So after you create your written agenda for your habits, immediately set up that plan and immediately take action on the first step. If you say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to, make sure that I've got the coffee pot ready, the this, the that, get it done the night before. Have the coffee ready, so you push the button, throw your almond flour waffles in the toaster, push them down, put some organic honey on them, have your mango pre-chopped, your shakes made for the day, your meal prep for the day. Get it done the night before. Take action on it, whatever it is. If you're giving a meeting first thing in the morning when you come in, get your notes together. If you don't operate off notes, do a quick dress rehearsal. What do I want? Make yourself some sort of note that says, what is my outcome and what are the important points? Nobody wants a speech. All right, if I got on and read and said, okay, now this morning I'm going to tell you that it is a good idea. Hold on, I lost my place. To write down your notes, you'd be like, whatever. So make sure that you're ready for whatever it is. So if you don't take action immediately, your failure rate, your chances of following through decrease by 85 to 90%. Talk about crash and burn. Yeah, when that can be avoided by taking a simple action immediately upon decision. So then going forward, find out which habits and routines are giving you the most results. Those become level one priorities. What is giving you the biggest return for the effort you're putting in? The other habits and the other, you know, things that are in the to-dos might be able to be eliminated here and there in the grand scheme of things. There's certain things that are great to do every day. You know, you say, okay, great, you know, in the gym and in the auction house, I want the bathroom wastebaskets emptied every day and mopped and da da da. Well, if we're really busy and we got super great stuff going on, and you know the outcome is to be prepared for the auction that night, or to be prepared for this class or this event or this seminar, and well, they're half full and they don't get emptied, nothing's going to crash because of that. Nobody's even going to really notice. Now, if you let days and days go on and shit's falling up out of the trash cans and the bathroom smell like pee, you guys know I call it like it is, then it's noticeable, then we got a problem. Then it's just as simple that these habits are not being attended to. But honestly, the habits that give you the biggest returns are the musts. Those are the ones that gotta happen each day. Some of the other ones are great, but aren't necessity at every given time, so it's become a level 2 priority. Does this make sense? So then you notice what habits are giving you the most and really focus on them. Go forward, use the most powerful parts more and more. Make sure when you set a habit in motion, you continue with it for 30 days before deciding if it's working or not. I mean, unless it blatantly is something that it's like, okay, we're doing this. Oh my God, we just found out that's illegal to do. We cannot do that. Then you change that habit and, you know, shift it around. But if you start something, don't stop. Like if you say, you know what, I'm going to add some coconut oil into my coffee every morning. I do that, and some turmeric and stuff. Okay, one day, well, I didn't really notice a huge difference. Well, that isn't going to give you any time. Give it 30 days. After 30 days, if you say, it hasn't done shit for me, don't do it anymore. If you go, you know what? Hey, my cognizance level is up. I'm feeling pretty darn good. Or, you know, you exercise. You know, you schedule it in 4 p.m., 4 a.m., whenever it is, and you stick to it for 30 days and you don't notice any difference, I'm not going to tell you not to exercise. I'm going to tell you to change it up, step it up, do something different. But whatever you're doing, give it 30 days, measure it, and then decide, you know, do we take it up a notch? Do we adjust it? Is it really a key portion to what we're doing here? And what's really important, you have to schedule these habits when it becomes an idea. You speak it, schedule it right away. Don't wait. I have a lot of good ideas, and I'll go, oh yeah, when I stop or when I get to the office, I'm gonna write that down. That was a cool acronym. I'm really big on acronyms like HEALS for healthy eating and lifestyle and stuff like that. And I'll get to the office, I'm like, what was that? Oh, I had a great idea for a brand new workout program. I can't remember what it was. So we all have these tools now. You don't even have to click your phone as you're driving. You get a great idea, you go, hey Siri, make a note. HEALS is a great acronym. Okay.
I created a note.
You could hear her talking in the background, but it's just that easy. You don't have to jeopardize or endanger anybody to do it. So the very important thing I want you to take away here, you must schedule the habits and get them on the schedule and do it. When you think it, it's an idea. When you speak it, it becomes real. When you plan it, chances go way up it's going to happen. When you schedule it, it delivers in full force, as long as you follow through and do it. But scheduling it is where it's got to be. So the rules. Here we go. Here's the rules. Whenever you're going to schedule a habit or create a habit, it's got to be written, must be scheduled, must have a powerful why, must be measurable. Waiting for the next thing, right? That's it. It's that easy. That freaking easy, guys. So that's the cool part of it. It really isn't that hard. And as you build these habits and you put them together in the sequential order that makes things happen, you create a routine. I get up in the morning now and I don't think, well, okay, I really need to make sure that I make my coffee with this, this, and this in it. And I got to eat this for this proper nutrients. And I've got to sit down and do my RPM plan for the day. And well, what else do I have to do? Get in the shower, but then I'm going to, turn the cold on for the last 10 or 15 seconds, which really gives you a jolt of mental cognizance. Okay, now what do I do next? I brush. No, I just get up and I start functioning because it has become a routine. It's not only the little building block habits that are there. Boom, boom, they build upon each other, and here you have it, a big old building, a whole city, which is your routine. Your habit is each little building block back there. See, there's a reason I use this stuff. Each of those little windows is a building block. Those are your habits. The routine is the whole picture. And that's what I want to leave you with today. Besides lots of love, energy, make sure you're living your life with energy, passion. You're always living your dreams. This is Coach Lou. I'm going to sign off this morning on the show. We went overtime, but that's all cool. Thanks for hanging in with me. You can catch the replay at revitalizelife.com and go to our Monday Motivation blog or any of our blogs. There's a lot of great material in there. Start out wherever we start. Get in, dig in. Some of the stuff, when you hear me talk about the power of why and stuff like that, and anchoring, and you're going, well, what is all that? Well, that's all in there. Go back to day one and take the whole course through. This whole Monday Motivation course is what this is. This is not just little bits and pieces of random BS. This is a whole course in life. And we got a lot of great stuff on the horizon, a lot of neat stuff coming up. Try the caprylic acid, that bulletproof oil. Check that out. I got a link at the bottom of the page for that where you can order it on Amazon. And I've got a couple buttons on this page. You can book a coaching session with me. If this stuff resonates and you feel good about it, but you're not sure how to implement it or you're hitting stopping blocks, book a session with me. You can come in the office live here. We can do it via Skype. We can do it via FaceTime, telephone. I prefer the face-to-face stuff, but if we can't get on a Skype call or FaceTime for some reason, we can do it audio. So we can do this. Do it. Don't wait. Step up. Your life is waiting for you. Let's do this. Have an amazing day. Live with energy, passion. Always live your dreams. This is Coach Lou signing off at Monday Motivation. Have an absolutely amazing week, and let's get rocking.